Oh, yeah. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, the one and only A-Switch, a.k.a. keep putting a damn... I can't even finish. Keep... I'm sorry. I can't even get it out. Oh, God. Oh, man. I'm not even going to be able to do it justice now. Okay. All right. Who keep fucking writing on my goddamn notepads? I'm sorry. I know that didn't live up to the hype I was hyping it up to be. I apologize. Well, had to regain my composure, aka the peanut butter and jelly gyrator, aka the taco meat tyrant, aka the komake tiger dropper, aka the undefeated, undisputed, uncontested social distancing champion, bringing you yet another episode of Switches Sights, the gaming solo podcast where I talk about just that. Today's date is August 19th, 2021. This is episode 117 of Switches Sights. I believe I missed that, so there you go. I mean, the world is the world, of course. I guess kind of off topic to get things started on the right note, of course. At least the news that's been circulating just recently today, I believe. OnlyFans is getting rid of the porn. No porn for you. If you trying to see some clap for $5 on OnlyFans, I'm sorry to tell you, your days are over. Or dare I say your days are numbered. I believe they said it's going to be ending support on October. So, I mean, get your... get your... I can't even do it, man. Get your booty claps and get your twerk videos in. As in on the receiving end. I mean, even though, to bring it to a more serious note, it is kind of messed up, at least specifically for sex workers in terms of this technically was made by them, popularized by them for the most part. I mean, of course, you have the meme with OnlyFans and stuff like that where, might mess around, give me an OnlyFans. And what Beyonce took the site to even new heights, mentioning it in I think the one song with Megan Thee Stallion. I think it was a Savage remix. So to be honest, OnlyFans is I was thinking of what joke I couldn't. OnlyFans is fuck. Let me follow through. OnlyFans, more like only demands. I'm so sorry. But no, man. I mean, that's kind of messed up. How literally, I forgot the specifics of it. Technically, you can still post, I think, nudes and is it mainly just nudes, I believe. Nudes and videos of you being naked. But if it's anything including sex and whatnot, then that is restricted. At least the general guidelines, I believe, or new policies that will be in place. So, at least pretty much almost every porn person on there is probably going, or severely crippled due to, that being the main reputation of OnlyFans. I think it's very rare somebody's like, you know what, let me make an OnlyFans for video content that is not sexual. It's always a general implication that it's something sexual if you're doing something on OnlyFans. To my knowledge, I think if you ask anybody, I don't think they're generally, hey, I'm going to OnlyFans to see some very PG content. That just PG and OnlyFans don't really go together. It's like chocolate and dildos. Actually, that does kind of go together. I mean, considering the context, depending on the context, I would assume. I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, chocolate. Chocolate is is an aphrodisiac, so that's why. You know what? I'm gonna just stay. I'm gonna stay in this ditch I dug myself in. Anyway, hopefully, OnlyFans gets some sense and actually continues to utilize their platform for what it actually is. I don't know how they're gonna. I think the main reason, at least from what I researched, is that I think for some to get some types of funds, they have to ban pornographic content or something like that. So that's ultimately leading them to do this ultimately grimy mess, basically. So messed up, man. Biting the hand that feeds you, or something like that. Not kind of. I mean, relatively speaking, I guess. But I mean, I guess would it be would it be sucking? No, let me stop. With all that being said, at least gaming wise, pretty interesting details, or shall I say deets, that happened this week. And you know what? Without further ado, let's stop the dilly-dallying and get right into it. First topic of discussion. The Last of Us Part 2. I know I think depending on who you ask, I think generally it's people's thoughts on that game is, I think, somewhat fairly diverse and kind of maybe controversial depending on who you talk to. Yeah, I'm very curious of the discourse. I would assume there's more people for The Last of Us Part 2 than against, for some fairly obvious reasons if you play the game, but that's neither here nor there. But I mean, if you did like The Last of Us, at least the history of The Last of Us, I mean, if you played the multiplayer mode for Last of Us called Factions, if you haven't, then you just missed out on a lot of things in life. Let me stop. But what if I told you? I'll get my Neo Morpheus shades. What if I told you that The Last of Us Part 2 could potentially have a battle royale? Ooh, that just the thought of that made my nipples hard. I'm not even gonna lie. So according to, I think, a data miner Yeah, I think somebody, I'm assuming that was on a development team or got kicked off or whatever, leaked some development footage, and it showed some very interesting details, at least specifically a map that looks to be like a lot of the set piece maps that you play throughout the game, but all combined in some way, kind of like similar to Call of Duty Warzone, where a lot of the contents of the map are multiplayer, like 6v6 maps. I think maybe even some firefight maps too, combined into one, or at least some new elements, as well as like certain dedicated segments of the map that are the classic, some classic multiplayer maps like Vacant and Broadcast is not. Maybe Broadcast is there. I think Broadcast isn't included in that Verdansk map, and of course many other ones. So safe to say, with that alongside, I believe there is a map and a compass that potentially is very likely hinting at a battle royale. So I mean, just the possibilities, especially considering how awesome factions multiplayer for the original Last of Us was. I am so down for a multiplayer version of The Last of Us Part 2 factions, factioner, factions to factioneer, faction. Let's get factional. Hey, that's, let me try that out. The Last of Us Part 2. Let's get factional. Ooh, I kind of like that. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe a little too 80s 90s corny for Naughty Dog, but you know what? Hey, I threw you the alley oop, Naughty Dog. You can dunk it. You could do whatever you want with it. Yeah. Man. And mind you, I'm not the biggest fan of Battle Royale. I dabble here and there, but at least it's not my main like go-to mode all the time. I'll dabble here and there, but ultimately there's not been a game. The closest technically was Call of Duty Warzone that I played probably the most of, but generally I've been just gravitating towards the standard multiplayer. But if this is done right, I think this would be pretty damn dope. Especially if it has like the same traits that factions did, which it definitely seems like. And when you think about it retroactively, the factions multiplayer for the original Last of Us seem to have like somewhat a lot of the similar elements of Battle Royale before Battle Royale was Battle Royale. So yeah, the potential is there for sure. And then, especially using all of the already existing maps, I think that would, help mitigate, which I think is probably going to be an increasing problem with games in general in terms of, data size. I think that would also maybe add more credence to this being somewhat true. I guess maybe if it is true, I'm curious how they'll treat it in terms of like, will PS4 still be supported? But then at least there were the rumors that at least previously, before we knew that there would be potentially a battle royale mode, that it is gonna be potentially free to play as well. So it's a lot of potential. So much potential. Executions. And then, you're already in a down state, when you generally when you're playing the previous mode. It's like so many so many elements that are already, implemented from a foundational standpoint already that I think will definitely lend itself well to being implemented into a battle royale game. Like it was kind of a sub battle royale game before it already knew it. Who would have knew? So, I mean, in terms of validity, I mean, of course, obviously, take it with a grain of salt, but I mean, it makes so much sense, though. Then I even forgot about the whole factor of freaking zombies. I forgot what unnecessary term to not try to avoid correlating the name with zombies did they use in this one. Infected, I think. Infected's fair, but I mean, we've seen a gamut. What was it? Jesus, like infected, walker, freaker. For Left 4 Dead, was it infected as well? I think so. What was another dumb one? Well, I guess recently Back 4 Blood is ridden. It's like, just call them zombies, man. Just stop it. I mean, just stop it. But I digress. So I mean, you have that factor where the infected can come into play, where you could potentially get maybe power ups on the map that would bring just random infected to your direction, clickers like that potential whole element where you can kind of use them to your advantage depending on the situation. It's so many possibilities. So many possibilities. I hope it's true, because it definitely, if there's any game that I definitely would for sure want to play Battle Royale with, it's definitely Last of Us. That's for sure. The game already lends itself to that mode. So only time will tell. I'm guessing we'll find out. Whatever multiplayer component for Last of Us will be. I mean, maybe it'll probably be with the trend that's going already now. We got all these director's cuts. Final Fantasy VII, Death Stranding's upcoming, Ghost of Tsushima. I could definitely see a Last of Us Part 2 director's cut, or maybe some Last of Us 2 The Last of Us Depression Edition comes with Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2 fully remastered and updated or adjusted for the PlayStation 5. So you could be all depressed and sad all over again in 4K, 120 FPS. Just tears. 120 FPS tears. Are you ready? Get ready, guys. We've heard you. You want to cry? Hey, wait a minute. Hey, cry while watching The Last of Us series, playing it in 4K, 120 hertz. It's going to be the best experience you've ever seen. Whatever. So, I'm looking forward to it. I guess let me quote the little blurb here. The locations, which include Adler Park, Camelito, and Port of Camelito, suggest it would be made up of several single-player areas merged together to create a map large enough to host a battle royale mode, with points of interest include motel, gas station, and more. I did mention this in the video, but in the development footage, there's a compass and a player count that's normally only used for battle. Yeah, that's like a dead fucking giveaway. Wrote Specializer in a pinned commentary accompanying the video. And of course also an emote wheel. So, you know, when you, what's, I can't believe I'm getting to that age now. What's the term you kids use? Get mixed, and then they do probably do what the Drake Hotline Bling dance, and then maybe put a little of the Carlton Fortnite dance in there, and probably some teabagging motion of some sort. I would assume. I don't know. I don't know what's hip with the kids these days, but I digress. Yeah. So this was via a YouTube video from Specializer, specifically hidden multiplayer assets in The Last of Us Part 2. So, but yeah, sign me up 2 times. Sign me up as many times as you can, because I want to play. I want to play it. I want to play it very much. Speaking of Battle Royale, we got somebody, oh man, you like can't write this really, to be honest. We got somebody else who trying to drop in when it comes to Battle Royale. So Fortnite, the game, at least for me, the game that just makes me jealous of all the crossover characters and content that we've got yet to get in any other game. Maybe technically Smash Brothers is probably the closest to it, but it's basically Marvel vs. Capcom 4 before Marvel vs. Capcom 4. Marvel versus, let me, it's so many. Marvel versus DC versus Alien versus, I think, Predator versus John Wick versus Will Smith versus Travis Scott versus Ariana Grande versus freaking Gordon Ramsay. That probably doesn't exist. I would be pissed if I literally just joke about that in passing. And excuse me, Gordon Ramsay was in the game. He was added. He was added in on 2017 for the what was that damn show? Hell's Kitchen DLC. Oh, thank you. Excuse me. Sorry, my bad. I'm sorry I don't keep up on Fortnite like that. But I think there is like a dedicated database for like Fortnite skins, which is crazy because there's, you know, how the insane amount of costumes and DLC. But yeah, speaking of, so basically it's been leaked via various Fortnite, you know, news sources that upcoming Will Smith skin. That is just hilarious for me to say. Will Smith skin in Fortnite. I don't know why that's so funny to me. It just feels meme worthy, but either way, goddamn Fortnite. Will Smith Fortnite skin. I never thought I'd say that, but you know, here we are. So yeah, so Fortnite Will Smith skin, and it looks to be mainly from his Bad Boys attire look. Some people are saying like a mix between Bad Boys and Men in Black, but I mean, I think it's straight up Bad Boys. He looks like Mike Lowry from Bad Boys 2. At least what it looks like. Got the suit, got the slacks, got the gun holster with the pistol in the back, just in case somebody's trying to act up. Yeah, so Will Smith and Fortnite. I don't get it, man. But yeah, so let's get into speculation though. Let's what are the emotes? It's gotta be at least what I'm vying for, at least for DLC, at least the emotes specifically. He better have like almost all his dances from Fresh Prince. That's a deal breaker for me. You know, the one infamous dance when I think it was the pilot episode of Fresh Prince where he's basically getting down with damn it, what's her name? Tatiana Ali's character when she was doing the drums and he was getting busy. On top of that, they might as well have the Fresh Prince costume. Give him the original Fresh Prince, you know, give him the neon hat to the side. Give him the inside out vest. I mean, just go to town. Hey, we got Will Smith in Fortnite. You better go all the way with it. That's all I'm saying. All right, don't be don't be taking Will Smith lightly. All right, y'all better put some respect on his name. They better have the I don't know how they gonna do it, but they better have the pain emoji in there somehow. You just have the dead face like. I don't know how they gonna do it, but they gotta do it. They better make it work. Epic, make it work. Make it happen. Please. Make it happen. Do it. Trust me. I don't know how they'll make this happen, but they gotta do that. Why don't they want me? Why don't he want me, Uncle Phil? That might be too much. I might take that back, but you know what? Try to make it work anyway. What else? Damn it. I guess I'll take that. Yeah, as long as they get some Fresh Prince action in there. But then I think that also leads to another question. It's like, does at least what I assume is the majority of the demographic for Fortnite, which is, I'd say, pretty damn young kids, do they even know who Will Smith is? I mean, you know, outside of, I guess, deeper enough, I don't know, desire to have him play as him as a character. I mean, I know currently he's actually pretty popular on YouTube. I follow him on YouTube, but yeah, I don't know if the younger audience is really gonna want him. I don't know if this maybe is I think the word is like a lot of people are thinking that because he has a movie potentially coming out that somehow with Sony, or ultimately that's why he's in the game or coming in the game. But very weird. I mean, I'm down for it personally. I just like I don't even play Fortnite, but it's like this is kind of tempting. I mean, you gotta do the get jiggy with it, you know, emote. I mean, that's just a, I mean, what are you doing? Back again, what are you even doing with Will Smith if you ain't gonna have all his iconic, you know, motions and movements? I guess that also reminded me of the whole kerfuffle with Alfonso Ribeiro, aka Carlton from Fresh Prince, with his Carlton dance, you know, and that whole him actually suing Epic. And I was like, I never really heard after that, but I guess apparently back in 2019, he actually dropped the lawsuit towards Epic Games. So I was thinking maybe potentially maybe that lawsuit was still ongoing and somehow they worked a settlement or deal, and then maybe Will Smith got dragged into it somehow, but I guess that's not the case. But maybe, I don't know, maybe after that, maybe Will worked a deal, maybe got Alfonso a little cut, and then, you know, the whole cycle continue. I don't know. But hey, I'm down with it. I mean, I don't even want to play Fortnite, but it's like all these characters that I do kind of want to play does very much tempt me. I mean, they got me with John Wick. They really did. They got me at the heartstrings with John Wick. Now that kind of leads me to question, like, what character would make you literally want to play Fortnite? For me at least, it will probably be probably would be I mean, I have to. It'd probably be Kiryu. If they somehow, some way got Kiryu Kazama into Fortnite, like, all right, I really gotta play now. I say that because I don't think that will ever happen. So I mean, if you could do that, pull it off, Epic, by all means. I hate the part, like 10%, like in the back of my head feels like, you know what, that could possibly happen. I mean, fucking Will Smith. This is a weird, it's a weird 2021. Freaking Will Smith. Yeah. So there you go. Will Smith coming to Fortnite. Gonna get jiggy with it, and I'm trying to. Oh, that's gotta be what it is. Oh, haha. That's hot. That's hot. I do kind of want that. I do actually kind of want that, though. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Haha. Hey. Haha. I hate it. Hate it and love it at the same time. Keeping in line with Fortnite, specifically, Fortnite also just dropped a new update specifically with Fortnite. Well, they call it Fortnite Imposters. Trust nobody. So at least did a little bit of research, watched a video of the gameplay of it, and boy, oh boy, man, it is literally shameless ripoff of Among Us. And it's like, you know, there isn't any, like, you know, patent for Among Us in terms of its gameplay elements and stuff like that, but to directly use, like, literally almost all the terminology of Among Us in terms of, you know, various aspects of the game, and, you know, emergency meeting, imposter, things like that, among many other things. I at least don't come to my head that was mentioned. It's like, come on now. It's just grimy. It's grimy, and I think Epic feels like they can do it because, you know, they're Epic. They're like at the top of the top, quote unquote. They can do anything they want. Nobody's gonna do anything about it, type of deal. Energy. And then what even makes it worse is that a lot of the Among Us development team, and like I think some of the PR, I think their community manager for their game commented on it specifically, like, you know, they literally like, let me copy your homework real quick. Come on, man. And straight up like the map, just just enough to try to differentiate it without like being directly plagiarism of like literally the Among Us map. I think one of their most iconic ones. It's just like, you could have just added maybe like 5 to 10% more creativity to just at least separate yourself from Among Us. I'm not saying don't do an Among Us mode, but if you are gonna, emulate, copy Among Us, put some more creativity into it and not look, look like a straight ripoff of Among Us. And that in turn, going back to the Among Us people, them being especially like indie company in terms of like, this one single game that they, put their heart and soul into, and that, came to be something that I don't think they even fathomed would be as big as it is now. Also just being kind of crushed and heartbroken that like, they literally Epic literally ripped off their game, and they're them being bummed out specifically from not even wanting to collaborate with them. And that's a whole nother factor too. Like if this was, this same mode, but of course, direct collaboration with Among Us, the Among Us folks, then wouldn't have been an issue. But the fact that one, they're copying directly off of Among Us, and two, not even acknowledging or incorporating them into it to even promote them, their game, essentially cross promoting each game is pretty messed up. But we can't ignore the elephant in the room, specifically considering how Fortnite came to be from basically ripping off PUBG and basically escalating higher than PUBG. I mean, depending on who you ask, I think the general consensus is that it definitely outsold or outperformed PUBG in the long haul, more or less. So it's like they've done it before, but still, it's like, I mean, that was back then before like Fortnite became Fortnite, like what it is now compared to what it was when it was actually like well, at least its main focus was a tower defense type survival game. So it's like, just if you're gonna rip off Among Us, put some more effort to separate yourself. My goodness. I watched a YouTuber, I forgot his name, that was playing the new mode, and man, just a straight up rip off of Among Us, and not being the least bit coy about it. Yeah, man, just horrible. You can chatter, you can talk, have emergency meetings, you're doing tasks, you can kick people off and kick the wrong person off. Literally damn near control C, control V, Among Us, straight up. So, and then even a prime example of how to do it, in terms of incorporating the obviously popular new trend now of being Among Us, previously being Battle Royale. Call of Duty has a similar mode, but it's totally respectable in terms of how it comes at its own angle with copying Among Us. It feels like Call of Duty with an Among Us spin that feels thought out and unique to try to make it its own thing, rather than like Fortnite directly copy control C, control V freaking Among Us into Fortnite. So It's kind of messed up, especially, you know, straight up indie, you know, dev, considering though, of course, that they didn't, you know, pioneer, or they weren't the first to make this type of game Among Us. They definitely, I hands down popularized it to, you know, obviously be copied like it is now. But either way, I mean, still, that should not give it any, I don't know, merit to directly copy off it like what was obviously done. So messed up, man. Messed up. Moving on. Pokemon presents. It's Pokemon. It's Pokemon, and they're presenting, right? You know, it's Pokemon that's presenting. Pokemon Presents had it was basically an event, like a Pokemon Direct, if you will, where this was yesterday, where they basically did a showcase of everything Pokemon that's in the pipeline. Just, I guess, somewhat of a rundown, as not being the most advanced, intricate. Excuse me. Charizard does 20 HP with his fire breath. Thank you very much. No, that's not me at all. So at least I watched it. At least the archive of it. They I think they started off with Pokemon Unite, basically announcing that it's coming to mobile. And it was like, hey, hey, register right now. If you register, we'll give you a free shiny Pokemon. You know you want it. You know you want it, you fucking addict. you damn addict. Huh? You want that dopamine, don't you? I just assume that's every Nintendo. Well, at least Game Freak. In their development. Yeah, they're gonna get addicted to this. Yeah. What else? They talked about that, and then of course, I don't think it was known, but they announced that it would be you can play, if you have the Nintendo Switch version of Pokemon Unite, you can play with people that have the mobile version, and vice versa. And then yeah, for the same for Switch. Yeah, hey, if you play and make your account on the Switch, hey, we'll give you what was it? It was some Pokemon. It was some damn Pokemon. It was I'm about to go ignorant Pokemon, ignorant dad. It's a damn that damn Pokemon with the claws. It's like, what? So every Pokemon. That damn let me look up the cliff notes. that damn Pokemon with the damn claws, that's what it was. It's so ignorant. Oh man. I doubt it's I probably might have to look directly at this site. Son of a. Yeah, let me go to Pokemon. Actually, is that the actual site itself? It is. Pokemon Unite. Let's see. Yeah, Zerura. I would look so inexperienced. Yeah, Zerora. Hey, see, you want to play you want to earn that Pokemon. If you sign up to Pokemon Unite, you might get yourself a Zerora. I can't even pronounce it. Zeraora. So basically, it looked like if Pikachu and like a raccoon had a baby. that would be Zorora. Yeah, that's probably the best. That's the closest I can get. You wanna get that Zorora? Sorry, this stepdad, this stepdad character I've created is just killing me right now. He comes in the room trying to make a connection with the stepson. Hey, you want to play? You want to play Pokemon Unite? We're gonna try to unlock a Zorora. Oh man, that's taking me out. It shouldn't be, but it is. Oh. Want to catch a Zorora? I'm sorry. I don't know why that's taking me out. It really is. Want to catch a Zorora? Want to catch a Zorora? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to let that out. I had to let it out. Oh man. Yeah, so Pokemon Unite. get you a Zorora. Yeah, so if you this stepdad's being oddly specific. Hey son, if you want to go link your same login account to both to both Nintendo Switch and mobile versions, you'll be able to get a Zorora. That is very good to me. I'm sorry. Yeah, so oh man. Oh, that's making me sweat. Get your same login account. Oh man. Okay. Get your same login account. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me see. Okay. I'm sorry. I gotta gain my composure. Get the same login account. Get Zorora. Okay. 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 I think I'm okay. Yeah. So Pokemon Unite. Hey, if you want it, you can get it. You got you gotta get it before August 31st, though. I think for the Switch, if you want to get it, you gotta log in and play before August 31st. I think after that they showed Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl. And, they gave us a lot more details in terms of the various aspects. At least I've yet to play. I never played the original ones since these are remakes of Diamond and Pearl from the Nintendo DS. So they showed a lot of various aspects like, what did they show? Like the Pokemon, freaking style off, floss off. I don't know what they called it, but it was basically Pokemon stunting, and it was like, oh man, that Pokemon is cool. 5 points or something like that. At least that's my interpretation of it. It definitely looks better than at least what I remember initially them showing. They still look chibi. They kept it pretty close to the original, where they look very chibi. I guess that's the best way to describe it. But like when they're in battles, they are, normal size. So it's cool. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I've still yet to play Shield, Sword and Shield, but maybe this might be the one. Did they mention Pokemon Go? Maybe I missed it, but of course, Pokemon Go. They like, you get you a Zacian if you. Yeah, hey son, you want to go go to the park, get look for a Galarian and a Zacian. So I guess there's raids for that. I'm so out of touch with Pokemon Go. I'm not even gonna try. Did they change the name? Nope. It's Pokemon Master Sex. Yeah, you could still. Maybe they changed the branding a bit, but I know back when they announced this, people were just making sex jokes. Pokemon Masters. So, Pokemon Master Sex. That's still funny. It's immature as hell, but it's I always get a good chuckle out of it. I'm not gonna lie. They also showed a Pokemon Cafe remix. I believe this is an updated version of an original Pokemon Cafe, to my understanding. Yeah, a touch-based puzzle game for Nintendo Switch and mobile devices is getting an exciting revamp this fall, along with a new name. So maybe this was already technically on the App Store, and then they just added a remix to update it or something like that, I would assume. And then I think the one to think on, they showed more detail of Pokemon Legends. Pokemon Legends Arceus. I think there was some debate. I think it's Arceus. I think it's Arceus. They gave us. I don't think we had a release date. They announced a release date for January 28th, 2022, and it's looking impressive. I'm not gonna lie. One thing I've been annoyed with Pokemon forever since it came out was why can't the human get hurt or hit by the Pokemon? And in this one, my dreams have come true. Now Pokemon can hit me. I can be hit with Pokemon too. I can potentially die from a Pokemon. I don't know where I was going with that, but at least that was one aspect of it. You yourself can get attacked from Pokemon by Pokemon. So hey, if if you're that person out there like, I would play this, but I can't get hurt by Pokemon. Hey, this one's for you, buddy. So yeah, scheduled for release January 28th, 2022. This is just a reminder, the prequel. This is technically a prequel to all the Pokemons that I've released. So basically this is setting up the foundation of, I guess, the standards of Pokemoning. I don't know. What is, I feel like they've probably made a term in like Pokemon's Bible of how you technically will, I don't know how, there's a thing for Pokemon catching that just doesn't, Pokemon hunting. I don't know. There's some term out there, I would assume, but looking pretty dope. Some of the characters are cool. There's a cool character who, like, she's very stern and doesn't seem to like you, but deep down inside she really cares for you, which I always think those characters are cool. Deep down, up front, they don't like you. They at least express they don't like you, but deep down inside they care about you. That's, I feel like that's a trope that I'm just not aware of if I watch more anime. But hey, our the biggest questions have been answered. We we could finally get hit by Pokemon. I mean, come on, come on, come on now. Let me stop. Oh, there was a cool. They showed some like variants. Well, at least the one variant that stood out for me, was a Growlithe. What do they call it? A Hisuian Growlithe. A Hisuian Growlithe. Where it looked very Asian, mythology like, esque, kind of like, you know, the ancient myths and drawings. It felt very akin to that, which is kind of similar. I think, was it Pokemon Sun and Moon, where they had like, variants that looked, specific to a region, where they look, you know, design wise looked very different from their, you know, standard counterparts that you are like generally expected, come to know, or whatever. So yeah, outside of that, that's pretty much it, you know. Pokemon Master Sex, Pokemon Unite, with a Zeraora, you know. I mean, what more could you ask for? So hey, I mean, I'm speaking like I'm not really, like I don't like Pokemon, but deep down inside, there's a part of me that wants to get back in there, you know. Wants me to wreck kids. Envision me going to Pokemon tournaments, just making kids cry, and like I just weirdly this weird dude that just gets satisfaction from just just wrecking kids. It's like, dude, what are you doing? I think there are people in general. I mean, of course, I know there's older people that are playing the Pokemon card games. Let's not forget, you know, the crazy Pokemon card craze that's, I think, still ongoing too, where, you know, freaking 30-year-olds and up, just beating kids just to get some cards and resell them on eBay and stuff. It's messed up, man. It's messed up. I was just joking, but people legit probably are doing that, which is, it's kind of sad when you think about it, but I digress. Yeah. Speaking of series that are ongoing and will never die technically, Skyrim is getting yet another edition. So hey, if you got the Skyrim special edition, well, you could get another one. Skyrim Anniversary Edition, all right? Yeah. So basically, I think it's a free upgrade if you already have the special edition. It gets real convoluted real quick to be honest. At least me reading this. So, Skyrim Anniversary Edition includes... Yeah, I just got even more confused now. So Skyrim Anniversary Edition includes Skyrim Special Edition plus 500 plus Creation Club elements. So I think those are just generally the mods for Skyrim. Yeah, let's read this description here. Was this from the site? Finally. Finally. I think this is from the I think this was announced at QuakeCon. That's still ongoing throughout this weekend. But finally, we have some exciting announcements for the game itself. Current and future owners of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition on any platform, including Xbox Game Pass subscribers, will receive access to 3 free pieces of Creation Club content: fishing, survival mode, and even new quests with saints and seducers. I don't even know what that is. Part of me kind of want to know what that is. It feels like it's something I shouldn't know, but I do want to know. Either way. Additionally, Skyrim Special Edition owners on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, as well as Xbox Game Pass subscribers on Xbox Series X, will receive a free upgrade to an enhanced version on November 11th for their respective PlayStation 5 and Xbox X systems. We're also excited to announce God, this voice is tough. We're also excited to announce the most definitive version of Skyrim to date, the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition. In addition to the 3 free Creation Club items mentioned above, this version contains the full game plus all 3 expansions and over 500 pieces of unique content from Creation Club, including pre-existing and new quests, dungeons, bosses, weapons, spells, and more. All right. Existing owners of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition and Xbox Game Pass subscribers will also receive the option to purchase an Anniversary Edition upgrade for their Special Edition version of the game to gain access to all the additional content found in the Anniversary Edition. What? What? Yeah, that's fucking confusing. That is just, that feels like it's way more convoluted than it needs to be. After 10 years, we can say with certainty the Skyrim's fans are what make the game shine, and its anniversary worth celebrating. This coming November, we can't wait to revisit a modern classic and share the festivities with you, so don't miss out. Man. You know what? Sometimes it is tough being a gamer. I say that with the utmost authenticity, because like, to even make out some of this stuff, man, it's a damn math equation to even like let me read that one excerpt. Existing owners of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition and Xbox Game Pass subscribers will receive the option to purchase an Anniversary Edition upgrade for their Special Edition version of the game to gain access to all the additional content found in the Anniversary Edition. Ugh. Like, that feels way more convoluted than it needs to be. Maybe that's just how it was written, but so let me break that down, because that's like giving it's like giving me like some low-key anxiety right now. Existing owners of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition and Xbox Game Pass subscribers will also receive the option to purchase an Anniversary Edition upgrade for their Special Edition version of the game to gain access to all the additional content found in the Anniversary Edition. That's making my head hurt, to be honest. Yeah, so you get the Special Edition, and Game Pass subscribers also get so if you have Game Pass, you have to buy the Anniversary Edition. And then I think this is not even like considering that the console upgrade is separate as well from this. I am so confused. This feels way more convoluted than it needs to be. It really does. I'm curious what they mean by creation club elements. So, at least from what they said in the description, that it probably includes like the modded stuff that I guess maybe has just been vetted through Bethesda, and then, you know, I guess you can download it from their library or something. I wonder if that includes some of the really dope mods. At least I played before. At least the one that comes to mind is Fall Scar. It's like a very ambitious DLC that like had like voice lines added, and like it was very well done. I never finished it, but I really wanted to replay it. But I think my PC I had to re-image my PC, and then lost all the mod data, and then the save data was all gone and something like that. And it was a pain in the ass to try to get back, but that would be pretty cool, at least to conveniently for people that, you know, at least without any other means to play the PC, that probably maybe doesn't have access or wants to access the PC version of Skyrim, potentially, at least going by what they're saying, maybe play like DLC. As ambitious as that would be, pretty dope. They just need to make this more concise, though. It is pretty cool that it is releasing it. It is, I guess that makes sense why it's called the Anniversary Edition. It's going to drop on the anniversary of the release of Skyrim, which was, 11/11/11. Yep, I remember that vividly. 11/11/11. Make a wish. The wish we got was Skyrim. At least now in perpetuity. I made a joke in the Reset Era forum where it was what was it? Skyrim. It was Skyrim. The final edition. For real. This is the final edition, unless wink. Is I think what the common consensus too was like, you know, this is probably getting up there with like, you know, most ported game of all time, which I think it still belongs to Resident Evil 4, I think. Because Resident Evil 4 has been on some very obscure platforms. Like, I think it was on the Engage, iOS, some like one-off stuff, like I think maybe a Tiger Direct, like dedicated handheld thing. Maybe I'm getting that confused with Resident Evil 2, but I know it's been on some very obscure stuff, which I think technically gives it the leeway or the advantage over some of the other ones. I think, it's probably Grand Theft Auto, one of the Grand Theft Autos, Skyrim, and Resident Evil 4. I guess if you want to count maybe sports games, but I don't even think then, no, because it's just a new iteration of the sports games too. So yeah, so good luck trying to figure out what. I guess it's technically easier if you don't have this already. I think it's just way more convoluted for people who already have the special edition that. I guess I think you get an upgrade, but maybe if you don't, you gotta pay for it, but you don't get the creation club content. So I can't look at this. This is stressing me out already, man. So hey. What was one of the famous lines? Hey, wake up. Oh, you're awake, or something like that. Instead of awake, oh, you're stressed. That should be the. Let me stop. Moving on. Call of Duty Vanguard was announced officially. I know it was leaked previously. Um, but now it's technically been officially announced. And I guess before I start with the story, let's not forget that Activision slash Blizzard is doing some very messed up stuff with their company in terms of at least their management and HR potentially as well. So let's not, at least whenever I cover Activision Blizzard related stuff, at least I'll try to minimize it, but at least specifically mention anything regarding them. Let's not forget they're doing some very scummy stuff, from the Bill Cosby room suite and various discrimination against women and stuff. So let's let that be known first and foremost, of course. So yeah, they had an event. They, like they did with Cold War, they revealed the game via Warzone, where they had like an event that was throughout the whole day. I forgot how it works, but I think I was able to access it earlier today. And then what was it? How did it? It's like I think it was like at certain intervals throughout the day, I believe. But either way, yeah. So it was a weird event where you like literally, I think there was everybody dropped in, like I think it was 32 people dropped in. You're supposed to destroy this train. After you destroy said train, it what else happens? You destroy the train. They say, oh, like some bombs or random bombs start dropping on you. Get to the safe zone, and you get to the safe zone and mark for evac or whatever. And then after that, they give you the trailer for Call of Duty Vanguard. So, like the rumors were saying, it is set in World War II, and it's really nothing different. It feels just like Call of Duty. If you know what Call of Duty is, it's pretty much what it is. It's nothing, I guess, crazy, at least that I seen in the initial trailer. I guess there's maybe some different locales. Like I think they're going to Africa, and I'm assuming in one of certain segments of the game and stuff like that. But outside of that, that's it. But I mean, generally speaking, I'm not the biggest fan of the World War II setting. The only one I gave a shot was, I guess technically, Sledgehammer's previously last developed game, which was Call of Duty World War II. And yeah, just did not do it for me. I think it's just mainly the setting I just was not a fan of. I'm a fan of at least modern and or futuristic is kind of my jam. Just something about the latch hook, the latch hook rifles, and I mean, depending on the context of the game. Like if it's modern and there's occasional gun like that, is fine. But all the weapons are older, even older than like 80s, 70s, like Black Ops. That I was like, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll try to mess with the beta, see if it's worth it. But so far, this is potentially looking like the first Call of Duty in a while that I'm probably not gonna pick up. Which I think, at least considering the recent scenarios or situations that's come to the surface anyway, it's like I'm not really too pressed regardless to stay within the Call of Duty, I don't know, what conversation, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Activision Blizzard is doing some very shitty practices in general. So I mean, regardless, either way, until they are proven to do anything about it, making any actions towards it, they're on the fence for me anyway. So, yeah. So Call of Duty Vanguard. Very curious to see what they could do to even try to impress me at this point, but we'll see. Uh, probably the best thing about this, though, to be honest, is now we'll finally get a Halo Infinite release date because it seems like I think it's pretty much given. That's why it seems like both playing the game of release date chicken. It seems like Call of Duty finally lost. Yeah, and I forgot. Yeah, considering the very concerning, I don't know, not necessarily development, but yeah, I guess so. Because generally we get a Call of Duty announcement around E3, which we did not this until like now in August, which I guess maybe 2 months late, but still, I don't know. But yeah, hey, at least Halo Infinite release date is around the corner. So the release date for this game is at least set to be November 5th. So I'm guessing Halo is not gonna come out before Call of Duty. I think Halo is probably gonna give Call of Duty its time to shine, and then come out probably towards the end of November, if I would guess. Probably like that week before Black Friday, I would assume. Maybe they could do a staggered release. Like maybe I don't think they'll do that though. I was thinking they'll probably maybe do a exclusivity thing, like Game Pass owners be able to play a couple days earlier, which I do. I'm not a fan of personally, but I say I'm not a fan of it, but I'm like, okay, I guess I mean I really want to play Halo Infinite, so I'll do it. So yeah, there you go. That's probably the biggest relief for me. Yeah, we'll finally get a Halo release date sometime soon. So unless I'm seeing some other dope gameplay, you could summon a damn, I don't know, summon a sword. A bayonet comes out your shoulder, and you can, I don't know, do a X. I don't know. I can't. I'm at a loss for what Vanguard can do to impress me, unless I've hear good stuff and the gameplay is good. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, outside of that, that concludes all the news for this week. Let's get into what I've been playing, which is starting off Streets of Rage 4. I'm still playing it. At least now, I'm actually starting to veer a bit more towards the single player arcade / story mode. I'm trying to get the S rank. At least now it's like I might as well try to get S rank in Mania Plus, the new modes. I think technically, in theory, it would be easier because the thing with Mania is you get more enemies coming towards you, or more enemies in general, which in turn I think makes it easier to rack up points as long as you can land them without getting hit. So been playing the campaign out of curiosity to see if they made some see what subtle updates they made to the campaign, which at least from what I noticed are fairly minimal. A lot of the stuff is generally intact, but at least now playing it with the new characters that they added with the DLC, just to see how they play, see how broken they are and compared to other characters. And I say generally, the general consensus is you're definitely pretty much way more powerful than the base vanilla cast. So yeah, that's pretty much at least been it for that. And then of course also played some more of that Returnal, and I actually beat it earlier this week as well. So yeah, at least after everything's been said and done, and doing some watching some analysis videos, I'm definitely I enjoyed it overall. Hard as hell though. Hard as hell. Hard as hell. It's I'd say technically, depending on how you perceive it, I think it's potentially even harder than Dark Souls in some instances, only on the merit that this game is, in terms of difficulty, at least how I perceive Dark Souls, Soulsborne games, whatever, it's hard but fair. Where it's like, I died, but I understand why I died. I clearly understand why I died. I didn't have enough stamina. I didn't manage my stamina enough. And, because of that, I got punished and I died. And I'm like, okay, I understand that. For Returnal, it's some cheap ass deaths I felt in a lot of instances. Just cheap. That's the only way I could describe it. Where it's like, rockets are able to track you unrealistically even after you dodge, then you should have a invulnerability window whenever you dodge. Stuff like that. That's probably the main one. You felt like you dodged at the right time to have invincibility, and for whatever reason it didn't register. When you get hit, like, your health is ridiculously like diminished. A lot of stuff like that. But after all, everything was said and done, I did enjoy it still. The story, to be honest, initially was going over my head, especially the ending was like, I still don't get it. And then after, there's a secret ending, which I didn't know until after I beat the game, did some research. There's a secret ending. So I did actually do that, got the secret ending. Then I was even more confused than I was before. So I guess spoilers for Returnal, if you haven't played it or you want to play it. I mean, it's been 3 months? 5? Yeah, I think it's been 5 months since it dropped, but, yeah, so the story, at least what I interpreted it as, basically, at least coming in, you were initially wanted to be a space pilot but failed, and I guess maybe it's like, even when I explain it, I still didn't really have a grasp on it, because it was so, the story was fed to you very sporadically, and through every time you died, you had these random flashes of what you perceived, I guess, as memory, but after the fact, it wasn't necessarily. But like, there's like, you're on this planet and you're trying to get off, but you are aware that you're in a loop, but you don't know how to escape the loop. And I guess that's generally the plot of the game, trying to figure out why you're here and why you're in this loop and trying to get out of it. And then they show like some clips about a car crash. You have a son, and there's this astronaut who I feel like they made you believe that it was your husband, but I guess, at least after looking at some analysis videos and stuff, spoiler cast and things like that, it's that doesn't seem to be the case. So that's at least generally I like kind of like compile. And then basically at the end, there's this ominous like tentacle creature with 3 eyes, and that hasn't really been explained. And then pretty much what happens towards the end is that thing comes back, and then it recaps back to you being in a car crash with your son. And so basically it shows what happened, and that you're in a car crash. You see an astronaut randomly and you try to avoid it, and then in turn drive off a bridge into the water, and your son is with you. You're both drowning. You try to get your son out, but for whatever reason, something grabs you and you can't. And you basically resurface, and then it ends there. well, no, I guess that's the secret ending, but at least where it ended is that, well, no, they do show you when you go in a car crash and you start drowning, it just shows you getting from some force getting grabbed. So that's the standard ending. And then the secret ending, you have the like 6 sundials from there's like 6 total biomes in the game, which are basically stages that you could technically, you go through either longer, you could go that are longer or shorter in the game, depending on kind of your workflow in terms of, going through the stages. Since it's randomly generated for the most part. It's randomly generated for the most part in terms of like the levels. But there is a consistency in terms of progressing towards other stages. Like there's icons for doors that take you to the next stage and things like that. So with the secret ending, you get like 6 sundials to make which the sundials turn into a key, and then the key unlocks your car door, which you see towards the original ending. And then when you unlock the car door, you basically unlock the secret ending, which it basically replays the original ending, but this time you say the name of, at least what I found out actually is your son's name, Helios, and that's it. Oh yeah, they do also show this old lady that looks to be pregnant, that's an alien, that's in a wheelchair. Yeah, me explaining it makes it sound very obtuse now that I'm thinking about it. But either way, they show that, and it seems like that's your mother, and then it's still kind of vague what that means. So she appears towards the ending as well, where I think that's a part of the secret ending as well, where they show her in the wheelchair, and I think you knock her ass down in the wheelchair. I remember. Yeah, I think she's trying to advance towards you, do something, and you knock her down, I guess. And then it goes back to what I was saying before in terms of the secret ending. That's it. And it's like, at least after seeing that, I'm like, what? After that, the credits roll and they play some notable music track. I forgot what it was, but if I would guess, it's something from the Beatles, but I'm probably wrong. So then after that, I'm like totally confused because it's just, whatever it is, it's just going over my head at this point. Then I look at an analysis video on YouTube, and basically the whole plot of the game is essentially the main character Celine dealing with grief in terms of like loss, because technically she did get into a car crash, and she was like, one clip they showed her ignoring her son in terms of like, he said like, "Do you see the white shadow, mommy?" And then she's like, it was kind of messed up. She's like, shut up. Like non-verbally saying that. And then gets into a car crash. And then it's a lot that's up for interpretation, but I'm definitely with the people that are interpreting the astronaut as you, technically, that some way, shape, or form you see the astronaut, which I guess maybe is an interpretation of your guilt of not being accepted into the astronaut program, which they did allude to towards earlier in the game in some cutscenes, some very quick cutscenes, kind of showing that. So, but ultimately, like, it seems to be interpreted that the whole game is within the like confines of Celine's head, and all this whole game essentially was like her ultimately dealing with coming to terms with grief in her head, the guilt of her son dying in the car crash and whatnot. So and then the whole loop of Returnal and coming back again every time is, she keeps putting herself through this grief not forgiving herself, about this whole ordeal. And then I think ultimately, her coming to the surface and saying the name Helios is her actually, fully accepting everything and coming to terms, and getting herself out of grief. Which I was like, that whole symbolism with this story is like, man, gave me a whole new appreciation for it. But at least initially, it was like, whew, it went way over my head. I guess I was just one track focused on, let me kill these aliens. But no, it was just, I think how it was placed, it felt it was just very sporadic, vague, and yeah, just obtuse. It felt like, to the point where I couldn't really formulate everything coming together, at least after, seeing a breakdown. Like, all right, somebody's gonna have to break this down for me, because I'm not getting it. But ultimately, that's it's technically up for interpretation, but I think that's it, at least looking at it in the grand scheme of things, and all the tidbits and hints and, like, voice notes and stuff. It definitely feels like that's definitely the canonical ending of the game, which in that respect I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty nice spin on it. So yeah, all in all, I think in terms of game of the year, kind of suggestions, I think it's up there. It's so far probably top 5, I'd say, in terms of just the experience and fully realizing what the story did actually mean. I think definitely puts it up there. I'd say at least top 5 so far, for sure. So yeah, if you have a PS5, I do well. If you have a PS5 and you do like hard games, tough games, difficult games, games where you're expected to die repeatedly multiple times and be okay with it and accept it and not die again, then I'd say definitely try Returnal out. I think it does pay off ultimately. Well, if you haven't been spoiled by it already, but I think even then it still is pretty fun as just a general, like, arcadey shooter, arcadey third person shooter. It is pretty fun. And I think I mentioned it before, the adrenaline system. If you shoot multiple enemies without getting killed, you get boost and perks for in doing that. Get encouraged to not get hit, but it is hard as hell. So yeah, Returnal is great. I'm glad I gave another chance. At least I think I just wasn't in the right headspace. I was like, I want to play some other stuff before this, but it's like, let me see what it is about. And just wasn't feeling, but I'm glad I did pick it back up. So then also played Windjammers 2. All right on. I streamed a little bit of it last week. I think the quality is a little questionable. I was testing some new stuff out, but either way, playing some Windjammers 2. Man, that game is so fucking fun. It is just so positive, delightful, and, like, just charming. I think that's the best way to describe the game. It is fun as hell. It's, like, so simple, but just the personality and charm it has, I think, is just really is winning me over personally. It just feels so positive and upbeat, man. I can't even describe it. It's like, even if you get beat, it's like, hey, come on, man, you can beat me. all right, I'll beat you, man. So I can't stop gushing about that game. But I've been maining Gary Scott, of course. Right on. All right. I forgot his other one, but he's pretty fun, man. There's various other characters, of course, with their, attribute, strength, weaknesses. At least my character, I think he's slower. So I do find myself on some of the bigger maps that, like, kind of basically work at my disadvantage. I do have difficulty kind of recovering from, but at least generally speaking, if I can predict what they're gonna do, I generally can kind of outsmart and win a fair amount of matches. Well, I think I did it, and it's pretty damn fulfilling. Not gonna lie. To be honest, I think I mentioned it before. It feels very, very similar to a fighting game in the weirdest way. But I mean, it's like it's very similar to a fighting game. I think just in terms of the, I don't know, guessing game and chess and like, you know, various aspects that like I guess you commonly associate with fighting games, which I think in turn is why I interpret it as similar to a fighting game. But it is yeah, man, I can't describe it. It is just, it's great. I do recommend it if you like I guess if you like sports. It's hard to even say it's a sports game, but I mean technically it is. But it feels closer to a fighting game. Um, it just it's like just the right amount of depth where it's like not as overwhelming as a fighting game in terms of learning a lot more variables that can happen and how to deal with it. But with this, it feels way more basic, whereas a lot of concepts that you can easily grasp, it's just a matter of mastering them specifically. That I think I just generally gravitate to more towards more. That's just really making me thoroughly enjoy the game. It's like with a fighting game, it's been a lot of instances where I get my ass whooped, obliterated, and I don't generally understand what went wrong, more or less. And it's just so much more like up for, I guess, debate as to why I lost or got lost ultimately. But it's like Windjammers, I know for sure, like, okay, I just missed that part, or, you know, I should have been here. I predicted the wrong thing and just went the opposite way, which I guess technically you can similarly interpret it for a fighting game, but it feels like it's way more variables to kind of deconstruct compared to like a more simpler game with, I guess, simpler mechanics like Windjammers. So really digging Windjammers too, man. Can't wait till it actually fully release. I think I'm going to play it even more with the more characters and more stages, the way more variables to kind of at least from that angle to kind of the learning some of the characters like specials and stuff. Yeah, man. I cannot describe it, but I am thoroughly enjoying Windjammers too. Right on. All right. Yeah. So, also played Splitgate. So I heard a lot of stuff about this this game. I heard like it's Halo mixed with Portal, and then you know, just been hearing enough about it. I'm like, you know what, let me try it out. And played it on PC. I was surprised it has a queue system, like kind of like MMOs, where you're trying to, like, if a game's too if a game is popping, you have to wait to even actually get into the game to play it. Which at least was the case for Splitgate, where you I didn't wait too long, at least when I played last night. Man, Splitgate is fun as hell. It feels like it's way more of a Halo ripoff than I was expecting. At least when you play it, like the characters look very Spartan-esque. Characters are very yeah, pretty much like Halo 5 Spartans, but make it gladiators kind of vibe to it. I guess what also throws me off is that they use a lot of the similar terminology with as a Halo as well. Like for they have oddball, and they like literally call the mode oddball. They got SWAT, which is generally associated with Halo in terms of where there's no shields and headshots or insta kills. That's literally in the game. Shoddy snipers, which is general mainstay for Halo. yeah, just a lot of weird close, very weirdly close similarities to Halo. The look feels very close to Halo, but yeah. So, but you know, at least what separates it is that there's portals incorporated in the gameplay. So pretty much, literally like Portal, you can like shoot two portals. You know, one that's I think it's purple for one side and then orange for the other, where literally you can shoot a portal at one place, shoot another one wherever you want to shoot it. There is like a restriction to where you can place the portals, where there's like dedicated like spots, pads that look like, you know, that are dedicated to placing portals at. So you can't literally place like portals anywhere you want. There is some balancing to where you place portals at. So but at least most of the places you where they have portal locations are pretty practical in terms of where you likely would put them anyway. So but yeah, it's pretty damn dope that actually, you know, kind of playing it, and it totally like flips your mindset in the terms of like how you would traditionally play a multiplayer game like say Halo, where it's like it literally adds like a whole new dimension in terms of how you, I guess, conceptually play a multiplayer game. So like for example, like you're in a firefight and like, you know, you're shooting behind cover, like you're both popping out of cover to shoot each other on each side. But like, let's say there's a portal pad in the middle, you can literally just shoot a portal in the middle and shoot one on your corresponding corner. And you can literally like view inside that portal and like literally shoot people through the portal, like, you know, literally like there wasn't a wall there essentially, which is, it's just it works. On top of that, you think it would be laggy or like something wrong with it, but I mean, even being considering this is still in beta, it's working pretty well, and it's pretty dope. I have to admit, it is pretty damn awesome being able to like to pop a portal and being able to view them as if, you know, realistically where the portal is, and, you know, shoot them. It's like, it's hard to fathom that exists, how that actually can work, especially in a like network environment, but it totally does, which is pretty dope. And then it's also really dope for like maneuvering capabilities, in terms of like you're getting chased by someone and shot down, you can like literally pop a portal nearby you and then like shoot one like totally far away and then literally escape. And I think the opposite team technically can't view out of your portal or go into your portal, but they can destroy it with a grenade, which, you know, is totally fair in terms of balancing. But yeah, it is way cooler than I expected. Just that whole like literally Halo mixed with Portal, and that's literally what it is, Splitgate. So at least the first couple matches, I never really saw an opportunity to use it, but at least yeah, after playing a couple more matches, I was like, yeah, man, this is pretty dope. Like there's like a place all the way across the map, just pop a portal over there and then pop one where I'm located at, and then just literally look as if I'm over there shooting them. And just something about that, just in terms of the fact that it's hard to fathom, it just, that makes that way more cooler than I guess maybe technically it maybe not isn't as cool, but it works, and I'm really liking it. So I'm definitely see myself playing some more of it in the coming future. It is on PC, PS5, and Xbox. I thought it was only on PC and PS5. I was like, yeah, this definitely seems like a Halo killer, since it's literally Halo but with portals. But it's pretty dope. You got like you know, the battle rifle from Halo 2 essentially in the game. You got the DMR technically, the assault rifle basically. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely more closer to Halo than Portal in terms of the two synergies of games, but it totally feels like its own thing. It is kind of shameless in terms of some of the shameless in the namings of their like kill streaks. It feels off. It feels definitely like the dollar store general version. What did they call it? Like Killian. Let me look at my. I got some achievements last night when I was playing it. Where it was like they mentioned it in it. It was something I achieved. They called it like Killian Kajillionaire or what was it? Collection Agency. That's 10 kills without dying. Unstoppable. Well, that's kind of a ripoff. Well, Overkill is 4 kills, I think, for Halo, but Unstoppable, I think, is 10 kills without dying in Halo. I forgot what they called it. I think Kajillionaire was in there. I think Collection was one of them. But yeah, it was. It felt a little off. Maybe after playing it more, you'll become familiar, not as like foreign. But at least being used to Halo and then playing this, it was a little jarring. Not gonna lie, but yeah. So I think another thing is that I think this is I have to do some more research on it, but I feel like this game was. I'm not trying to like brag or anything, but I felt like I was too good at the game. I mean, to a suspicious point where it's like, are these people actually real? I don't know if they're real. They seem like they're real, but I don't know. It's like generally, at least definitely for PC multiplayer games. I mean, I could at least somewhat hold my own, but I don't be like wrecking people depending on the game. But it felt like in this one, I don't know. It felt like, I don't know, you might be a robot and you're trying to give me an impression that you are a real person. So I get maybe some dopamine like, oh man, I'm really good at this game. I should probably keep playing. So I think that's up for debate. Cause like I was getting like 30, 20 kills in a match. I'm like, I mean, I'm a good player and all, but I don't know about that. I mean, I'm being humble right now. Depending on the game, but like, I don't know. I don't know if some of these people, I don't know if some of these kills I got were legit or, were actual people I killed. I don't know. That doesn't make it as sweet, as fulfilling, but I still need to do some research on that, but I don't know. Some of these, I don't know. I don't know. I have to look into that, but yeah, because but on other games I was like, man, we actually fighting right now. So but it's like at the same time I didn't see like the AI, like if it was AI, like them doing like totally stupid stuff. It was at least to the point where they did seem like real people, but at the same time it's like I'm not sure though. I'm not sure for some of these people. But like maybe that some of them are bots and some of them are actual people. I don't know. Maybe they just are finding some very unique, weird blend or synergy, whatever algorithm that's like, I don't know, somehow potentially doing that. Either that or I'm just really finding it hard to believe that I'm like just instantly starting to play this game. I'm like, was that good at it off the bat. But then again, I don't know. It definitely feels very similar to Halo. So like some of that muscle memory was like potentially coming into play if I would guess. But I don't know. Totally not trying to brag. It just seemed weird and off, especially consider it's a beta. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the general PC players are good. But then again, it could be a whole maybe skill-based matchmaking thing, potentially like Call of Duty that has an undercover, not explicitly portrayed skill-based matchmaking system. So I don't know. Something to at least consider and think about though. So yeah. Then also played Call of Duty Cold War. Specifically, they dropped the new season. I specifically played the what was it, the double agent mode, where basically this is the mode I mentioned earlier. That's essentially Among Us, Call of Duty with an Among Us spin, where there's like 10 people in the game in general. There's like 10 people in the game in general. There's like one VIP person, which I forgot what the reasoning was for that person. I think only they can disarm, or I forgot their element. It's something specific. But then there's 6 general people that are at least expected to protect that VIP person. And then there are I think there are generally 3 double agents, which these are the people who are technically imposters in Among Us, which, I mean, it's just as simple as that. Fortnite, you could have said that, but I digress. So basically the goal is similar to Among Us, where you but it's much quicker paced. It's not as deliberate as like Among Us, where there's like 2 bomb sites on the map, and then you're supposed to, as the double agent, trying to arm it and then also get it to go off. And that kind of plays into the dynamics of kind of the Among Us, I guess, dichotomy, where you play the mind games and try to convince them that you're not the double agent or quote unquote imposter. So pretty fun. I only played like 1 match, but there's like, you play 1 match is like 5 rounds, and like whoever gets the most kills is either the double agent or the operatives technically wins. It's kind of in a deathmatch style. The top 3 get are considered a win. Anything below that isn't. So, but it was pretty cool. I liked their spin and take on Among Us. You like initially start off picking up weapons, like similar to like a Warzone match. But then after that timer is done, you're then told if you're a double agent or a operative. And then also if you die or you're a double agent, you also have a chat channel you can actually switch to talk to other people, which I think is cool for, public matches in terms of matchmaking with randoms. Kind of definitely helps incorporate communication and stuff. Like, I think, like Among Us. Well, I think even technically better than Among Us, since I think generally with Among Us, you can, at least as far as I know, I'm not sure if there's any updates recently, that you can only chat to people via like typing and not actually voice chat. But at least in this one, it is encouraged to voice chat generally, in terms, debating and discussing. But I'm digging it. At least from what the 1 match I played, it definitely is a pretty cool take on incorporating the Among Us, I guess, mechanics into a Call of Duty game mode, which I think is pretty cool. I'll probably maybe mess with a little bit more this weekend, but at least from what I played initially, I'm digging it. At least more than what I would assume this shameless Fortnite Among Us ripoff mode is. So yeah. And then also played or I've been recently starting to play Marvel's Avengers. This week the new mode, or the new expansion DLC, came out for the War for Wakanda expansion, which of course lets you play as a King T'Challa, aka the Black Panther, where essentially you play, I guess, dedicated story. At least from what I've heard, is you're supposed to stop Thaddeus Claw, who's, I think he was technically in the Marvel movies. I think he was pretty sure he was in Black Panther. I know for sure he was in, I think, Age of Ultron, Avengers, Age of Ultron, I want to say. And I think probably in some other movie setting him up. But yeah, I think technically he's supposed to be the big bad villain in this DLC. This is technically the first DLC I played. I think they released two other ones. One with Kate Bishop, who's Hawk Girl, or the male version, the female version of Hawkeye. And then weirdly enough, I think the one after that, you play as Hawkeye. And they seem to be very similar, at least from appearance, in terms of like they both have bows. But I'm very curious to see how different they will play. I only got to play like one mission or segment. But I'm debating just starting from the first DLC and work my way back up to the Wakanda expansion just to get a full understanding. And this is my first time actually playing Avengers on PS5, because you can do the free upgrade if you have the PS4 version of Avengers. You just pop the disc in, it'll ask you, hey, the free upgrade to PS5, you want to do it? And then I'm like, hell yeah, I do. And then they download that. But after the fact, I realized I think PlayStation is working to fix this, but it's this annoying, archaic, convoluted way you have to do it. So after the fact, I realized that my save data, I wanted to transfer it to PS5, but of course you can't simply just, pull your save data you already have on your PS5 and put it in the PS5 game or have the PS5 game read it. You have to re-download the PS4 version of the game if you don't already have it, if you don't still have it installed from, playing it before. Load it up, and then there's I think they recently added at least when the upgrade for PS5 came out, you have to actually update it. With the recent update, there's an option in the menu to upload data for PS5 version. And then when you do that, then you can uninstall the PS4 version. Then you can go to the PS5 version. Then there's an option to download save data. And then your save data is then transferred that way, which is, especially if you're strapped for storage space, considering a very lackluster base storage for the PS5 in terms of 600 gigabytes. That's going to be rough. So I think Sony is working on a solution to streamline that for, of course, the eminent PlayStation 4 games that will be upgraded for PlayStation 5. I think Ghost of Tsushima, the new DLC or Director's Cut, is going to incorporate that. And then Death Stranding potentially, you know what I mean? So hopefully they fix that soon. But I believe Ghost of Tsushima supports it. So you can natively just utilize your already existing PS4 save data you already have on your PS5 from downloading it either from the cloud or locally and being able to upload it just natively without downloading a whole nother game. Essentially downloading the game twice. And then, that is so archaic the more I think about it now. I mean, fortunately we have a really good internet that is not as much of an issue, but especially with people with data caps and stuff, that's going to be irritating. But I digress. Maybe if you this is the most convoluted, unnecessarily just archaic way to do it, but you could dedicate a PS4 specifically for your older games, and then when you're ready, when you have a PS5, you can keep both hooked up, and then you could any other games you could just download to your PS4 in advance, and then actually load the game up and upload it for the PS5, and then you can that's even way more inconvenient and cumbersome than actually downloading the game twice. But hey, it's an option if you want it. if you want to make it more difficult for yourself, hey, come on now. But yeah, so I don't know yet. At least from my experience playing the base game of the main campaign of the Avengers game, it just felt very grindy and yeah, just grindy. It's definitely encouraged to play multiplayer, but it feels like the game asks too much of you for at least the type of game it is. It's like you literally grind in missions end on end. It feels like very minimal upgrades to your character, where the more you play the game, you upgrade like combo strings and specials and various passive attributes. And I don't know, supposedly they made a lot of good updates for this one, but I've yet to fully see. But I'll probably start playing some of these DLCs, see how I feel. I mean, I gotta play when the Spider-Man one comes out, because that's still in the works. It's gonna be exclusive to PlayStation, at least for the time being. I'm not sure if it's fully permanently exclusive or time, but I'm definitely when the Spider-Man come. Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, Marvel's Avengers for the PlayStation 5 and other various consoles as well. Yeah, that pretty much concludes what I've been playing. Get into what I've been watching, which has only been Marvel's What If. At least this episode that premiered this week was What If T'Challa, aka the Black Panther, actually was Star-Lord instead of Star-Lord. I forgot his name. Star-Lord. You know what I mean. So basic, which is a weird premise. So spoilers for What If you care about that, but yeah. So it starts off like T'Challa, like I think he goes to get something outside. They have like a brief, talk about how he's gonna be the next Black Panther, I believe, or something like that. And then he gets apprehended by the alien ship, similar, of course, to Guardians of the Galaxy. And they take him, and then they talk about this is not a Star-Lord. This is why how did you make this mistake? And like all humans look alike. I'm like, how do you confuse a black kid with a white kid? I mean, and then they show the picture. I'm like, really, that's, you really confuse them too? Or, I mean, I understand, like, certain people look alike, whatever, but I mean, how do you I'm not gonna let this go. How you confuse a black kid with a white kid? That's all I'm saying. It's a very, very numerous attributes that look very different from one another. That's all I'm gonna say. So with that aside, they basically, well, we'll take them, and then they all right, and then pretty much, they time skip up to essentially a similar time frame as Guardians of the Galaxy. I think technically it's earlier, at least for some of the analysis videos I was watching, but yeah. Sure. But yeah, no, it did some really interesting aspects to it. They actually showed a good Thanos, like if Thanos actually wasn't on an evil genocidal track. I guess in this timeline, T'Challa actually convinced them that, hey, actually, committing forced genocide of half of the population, I don't think maybe that isn't the way, man. And then actually he's good in this one, which is totally hard to see, considering obviously his previous history and all the mainline Avengers movies and stuff. But it's So that was pretty cool. You see Nebula, she's actually she's not as modified. She's kind of more similar to Gamora now, not as like modified. Yeah, essentially. Looking very more feminine than she was before. Not as more lighthearted, playful than like, her coarse, abrasive, I hate the world version of herself, which is pretty cool. Flirting with T'Challa. She was kind of wanting some of that, want some of the T'Challa chocolate. Calling them, what was taking me out? She was calling them Cha-Cha. Calling them Cha-Cha. It's like, you know what? Hey, you don't be calling everybody Cha-Cha like that. It's got to be something behind that. You calling somebody Cha-Cha, but I digress. What else? Who's the dude with that whistles with the, damn it, I know his name, but it's not coming to me. Michael Rooker's character. He like a lot of people reprise their roles of, their respective characters in technically the main timeline, I guess. But yeah, Michael Rooker's character, the dude that whistles with his needle around, he's basically, the same type of being a mentor to T'Challa, and he looks totally different now. His teeth isn't fucked up. It's basically perfect in this version, alternate universe. Yeah, he's I guess that's really it mainly. He still seems to be somewhat similar to his other self. You see Drax makes a cameo in it. I believe he's not voiced by Dave Bautista, but somebody else. It sounded just like him though. So whoever did it did a good job. What else? Oh yeah, I guess Benicio del Toro's character, the Collector, is now like kind of like Thanos now, and like he has all the characters of his, I forgot the term of his alliance or whatever, where the similar characters that were in Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. I only remember him as Grimace. The joke that Iron Man made, Grimace. Actually, that makes I'm gonna stick with it. Grimace, the blue girl who got her ass beat by Okoye and all the Marvel women. The dude that got his hand sliced off by by the one dude from I'm sounding so ignorant, but you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. The one dude that cut his hand off with the portal, and then after the movie he left. He's like, "Y'all be easy though. I got something to do. I got to get my ass beat by Shang-Chi or what Abomination and Shang-Chi. I think I saw that in the trailer for Shang-Chi. At least from some of the nerdy trailer breakdowns, it was showing like, yeah, it looks like what's his name getting his ass beat fighting Abomination or whatever. So y'all be easy though. I'm about to get my ass beat by Shang-Chi. Y'all be easy though. Cut the dude's hands off. Hey, I gotta go. I gotta go get my ass beat. I'll see y'all later. I'll see y'all in the next movie. I'll see y'all in the next phase. All right. Yeah, after that, they Thanos actually just proved his goodness in this alternate timeline, saving Nebula, even though that's even crazy because of course in the main timeline they are total enemies and hate each other, but now he's definitely a better gooder person in this one. Something was weird about him getting his ass straight up getting whooped by the Order, I believe. But Nebula saved him as well, pay it back, and then what else? They had a last fight standoff between T'Challa, Whistle Needle dude, Michael Rooker's character, and is it Yondu? I think it's Yondu. And it was a dope ass moment where I think T'Challa uses the knee jets, or uses the jets to give him the meanest tiger knee known to man, into the glass display case, and gives it to the assistant that the collector's been just tormenting in general, getting her licks back. And I think they ultimately come back to Wakanda. And what else happens after that? They talk. They have a couple of various cameos. I think what's her name? Oh, damn it, I forgot her name. I am not good with characters' names, at least when I'm on the spot. But the leader of the Milage, I believe. Damn it, Michonne from The Walking Dead. Fuck. I can remember. It's so many names, but either way, yeah, they make the joke about Thanos' genocide, where he was talking and making hey, I mean, if we just kill the half of the population, we might be a better place. They just talk that in passing, but then Okoye just kind of confronting her, I don't know about that, Thanos. It's a little dire, but so. And then probably towards the end, which is pretty crazy, is basically, is it Peter Quill? I think Peter Quill, aka previous Star-Lord, or Star-Lord in the main timeline, his father that we see in Guardians 2, he comes and, hey, come on, join me, I'm your father. Which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because it's considering the context, it seems pretty implied that he will ultimately end up being evil, at least under his father, who is later shown to be evil towards the end of Guardians. So pretty dope episode, I have to say. Also, of course, R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman. I think this is technically his final performances. I think he makes a couple other performances, voice acting, in some of the later episodes to some extent, I believe, at least from what I heard. But man, yeah, this was definitely a starring role. But R.I.P. man, still sad. They gave him a heartfelt tribute. The tear was about to come out, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all. What else? Oh yeah, I did find that pretty convenient that his episode pretty much went in line with the premiere of the Wakanda DLC for Avengers. I felt like that was definitely calculated, but it was tasteful. It's not it didn't come off as let's capitalize off the death, but just the character, and also respect and honoring Chadwick Boseman as well. So all in all, I am really digging this series. It's really cool to kind of see a different take of what if Thanos was actually good. T'Challa was Star-Lord, which is so freaking random, it seems like, but it's pretty dope. So looking forward to the next episode. I'm not sure which one it will be, but hey, definitely get a rundown next time we meet. Next time we meet. Outside of that pretty much concludes episode 117 Switch Your Sights podcast. If you did listen, watch this show, feel free to rate, subscribe on your favorite podcasting platforms. You can also catch me record this live, generally Thursday evenings on Twitch TV/aswitch. You can also catch the archives of this podcast as well on Fridays at 6 a.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific on youtube.com/aswitch. But until next time, y'all, get your game on. Oh yeah.
nobody's safe.